Right then, you have been here 15 years. You know the Isaan word for water buffalo, yet the new biometric scanners just wished you a pleasant holiday on the way out. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually felt permanent or just permanently exhausted by paperwork? Thailand's new border policy dropped last week, and I swear I heard the collective sound of 10,000 expats Googling how to marry a visa agent at 2 a.m. You think you have built a home. They think you have built a really convincing tent. Welcome back. I am your slightly grumpy narrator, a retired electrician from a no-affixed abode who has been in rural Isan long enough to know that my pen Rai is government code for we'll change the rules tomorrow. So let us get into it, shall we? I will ask the question everyone is afraid to whisper at the Sunday roast up at the local Farang bar. Is it time to admit that your forever home in Thailand is actually just an extended holiday? Do not answer yet. Let me pour another cup of this gritty instant coffee first, because the answer, well, it stings a bit. Besides, I will get to it. However, first, let us talk about what just happened in June 2026. Now, before I do that, a disclaimer for the algorithm. This is not my autobiography or anyone else's. The voice is my own and the images are AI generated. Now, with that out of the way, do you remember the good old days? I am sure you do. The border run, that glorious, sweaty minibus ride to the Cambodian frontier, 100 baht handshake, a wink from an officer, you would come back with a fresh stamp and the beautiful lie that you were settling down. Well, Grandad, wake up. The digital gate has slammed shut. Last month, the Thai government quietly flicked the switch on their new automated biometric tracking system. Facial recognition, real-time overstay alerts linked directly to Interpol databases. Besides, the killer, no more human discretion. I will say that again, no more human discretion. That friendly immigration officer who used to pretend not to notice your 90-day report was 2 weeks late. He is now just a button pusher. The camera does not care if your wife is having a baby, if your buffalo died, or if you simply forgot. The algorithm just says overstay, fine, leave, goodbye. They have replaced the old system, which ran on goodwill and green tea, with something colder than a Chang out of a 7-Eleven fridge. Nevertheless, here is the rub. Thailand still markets itself as the land of smiles. The tourism ads show happy couples on beaches. The YouTuber vloggers gush about freedom. However, the reality now is algorithmic enforcement. You are a data point, a risk score, a number on a screen that flashes red if you have been here longer than a backpacker's gap year. The old border run era, extinct, like the dodo. Or my patience for people who say Thailand is cheap while living in a shoebox in Pattaya. So let me return to that question I posed earlier. Are you really a resident or just a tourist who learned to say spicy but not too spicy? I will tell you the answer. However, first, let me walk you through my village in Isan. I have a neighbour, Kun Somchai, lovely bloke. For 12 years I have helped his family with harvest. I have paid for his nephew's school books. I have sat through monk's blessing so long my backside went numb. I believe I speak Lao better than some locals do. I eat fermented fish without gagging, mostly. What is more, do you know what happened when I went to extend my retirement visa last week? The same stack of paperwork as a man who arrived on a 30-day exemption yesterday. Bank letter, passport copies, photo of me holding a newspaper like a hostage, a map to my house drawn in crayon. I am not joking. Then a signature from the immigration officer that said, in effect, you may remain temporary guest for another 365 days. Maybe don't push it. That is the emotional disconnect, is it not? You build a family, you build a home, you plant mango trees that will outlive you, but legally, you are invisible. You are a ghost with a Thai bank account. They treat a 20-year resident with the same suspicion as a bloke in flip-flops who just lost his passport in a go-go bar. What is more, the psychological toll. Crikey, try explaining to your 5-year-old daughter why daddy has to leave the country every 90 days for a stamp. Try looking at the house you built, the gates you chose, the tiles you laid, and realizing that a single missed document, a single bank account dip below 800,000 baht and it all vanishes. You do not own a house. You rent the permission to sleep in it. Now, here is where the sarcasm needs to be sharp enough to cut a line. The Thai government is not stupid. They have figured out that long-term expats are a pain to manage. We use hospitals, we complain about noise, we do not buy as many elephant pants as the Chinese tour groups. So, what is the new model? The revenue resident. Look at the new visa tiers. The Thailand privilege visa now has a 5-year package that costs more than my first house in the West Midlands. The LTR visa for the wealthy global citizens requires assets that will make a hedge fund manager blush. Besides the new digital nomad category, it is basically a subscription service. Pay 50,000 baht, get a year. Do not pay, see ya. They have turned residency into a premium subscription, like Netflix, but with less streaming and more anxiety. Besides, the mid-range expat, the teacher, the pensioner, the bloke running a small guest house is being squeezed out. You are not wealthy enough for the privileged class. You are not poor enough to ignore. You are just revenue light. The philosophy is clear. Pay to stay. What's more, if you stop paying, or if a cheaper, younger, higher spending destination dweller comes along, you are yesterday's sticky rice. Let me paint you a picture of anxiety. It is called the annual renewal cycle. Every year you gather your papers like a medieval scribe. Bank statements, proof of address. On top of that, maybe a letter from your embassy that costs £50 for a signature. Photos of you in front of your house as if the house might forget your face. What's more, every year you hold your breath, because the rules can change retroactively. Remember 2019, when they suddenly required proof of income from inside Thailand, not overseas? Thousands of retirees had their visas cancelled overnight, or so it was said across social media platforms. People who have been here for 20 years, gone just like that. That is fragility. Your home is not a home. It is a series of 90-day permissions, a stack of paper held together by hope and a rubber band. One missed document, one new policy announced on a Friday afternoon, one grumpy officer who did not get his morning coffee, then the whole house of cards comes down. And what's more, the government's response? Same, but different. God, I hate that phrase. However, it is true. For them, it is just Tuesday. For you, it is the realization that you have spent 15 years building a life on a foundation of sand. Right, I promised you an answer. Here it is. You are not a resident, you never were, and you never will be. The new border policy did not change that. It just ripped off the plaster and showed the wound underneath. So, what do? Do you pack up, go back to a damp flat in Manchester or Minnesota? No, you simply change your mindset. Stop seeking belonging. Start mastering the art of being a perpetual detached visitor. Think of yourself as a theatrical actor. Thailand is the stage. The stage is beautiful. The props are lovely. The food is spectacular. However, you do not own the theatre. Besides, at the end of the show, you can take your costume home, which is to say, you keep your passport current and your exit strategy ready. Now, here is some practical advice from a grump who learned the hard way. 1. Never put all your assets inside Thailand. Keep a bank account back home. Keep a mailing address. Keep a lifeline. 2. Diversify your visa options. Do not rely on a single type. If you are on retirement, keep an elite application in your back pocket. If you are on marriage, keep enough cash for a sudden departure. 3. Besides, this is the important one. Emotionally detached from the idea of forever. You are not planting a flag. You are renting a very lovely, very unpredictable piece of land for an undetermined amount of time. View Thailand as a beautiful backdrop for a chapter of life, not the final destination, because the final destination, that is just a 90-day stamp with no renewal. Look, I am not saying leave. I am not even saying be miserable. I've been in Isaan for 14 years and in Thailand for decades. I love the chaos. I love the sticky rice. I love that my neighbours still find it hilarious that a Farang can eat somtam without crying. However, I have made peace with the truth. I am a long-term tourist who married a local woman, a guest with a deep pocket and slightly deeper frown. Besides, when the immigration officer stamps my passport next year, assuming they let me, I will smile. Not because I belong, however, because I finally stopped pretending that I do. So here is your homework, you lovely delusional lot. Hit that like button if you have ever panic checked your passport at 3 a.m. Comment with your own border run gone wrong story. I need the entertainment. On top of that, subscribe if you want more grumpy truths from a man who is too old to lie and too stubborn to leave. Besides, remember, Thailand does not hate you, it just does not know your name, and it does not care to learn it. Now, if you will excuse me, my rice is burning. Same, but different. Now, get out of here and leave me in peace. Bye-bye.